Hello, this is Dr. Damon Daniels with the Wize Weight Management Program. It's good to be with you again. We're going to talk about a very important topic, heart health and heart healthy foods. As many of you guys know, heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States of America. As a matter of fact, I think the rates now are up of almost 50% of all Americans who die will die of some form of heart disease. And in the great state of South Carolina, where I live, the numbers aren't good as well, especially among African Americans. So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about heart disease and then talking about some heart healthy foods. So what does it mean when we use the term heart disease? So heart disease basically encompasses two main conditions. One is called coronary heart disease, and the other one is called congestive heart failure. So coronary artery disease is when you have blockages in the vessels that go to the heart. And there's three main vessels that go to the heart that provide blood flow to your heart tissue. When those blood vessels get blocked, especially acutely, that's what causes a heart attack. And again, that condition is killing a lot of Americans, and unfortunately prematurely. I've seen it even in my own practice of patients dying prematurely from coronary artery disease. So the second medical problem is called congestive heart failure. And that is a problem where the heart does not pump correctly. So you may have good blood flow to the heart, but it won't pump as it should. High blood pressure is a very, very big risk factor for congestive heart failure. So let's talk a little bit about risk factors. What are the risk factors for heart disease? And there are four main ones that I want to go over. In some of my other video presentations, we've talked a little bit about them. The first one is diabetes. So diabetics are almost at double the risk of some sort of heart disease. The second is high blood pressure. A normal blood pressure is 120/80. But let's say you live at a blood pressure of 140/90. If you stayed at a blood pressure of 140/90, your risk of a heart attack almost doubles over your lifetime. So the better you get your cholesterol, your high blood pressure to normal, the lower your risk of heart disease. The third one is high cholesterol. And a little bit later, I'm going to talk about some foods that help to lower your cholesterol. The higher your cholesterol, and that's the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, the more you're at risk for having heart disease, particularly coronary artery disease. And the last one is smoking. So smoking really, really accelerates your risk of coronary artery disease. I remember years ago taking care of a Army veteran who came to a clinic I was working at. It was an urgent care. Young guy in his early 40s, didn't have blood pressure problems, but he smoked. And they rushed him back to see me, and he was having a heart attack. A young guy, 40s, mid-40s. And he's there clenching his chest. We're doing all the workup on him, and he looked at me and said, "Doc, what's going on?" And I said, "Well, you're having a heart attack. We've got to get you to the emergency room." I looked back at his chart, and the main risk factor he had was smoking. He smoked about a pack to a pack and a half per day. So we know that smoking increases your risk. Check out this statistic. 1 in 3 Americans, that's 33%, have one of those 4 risk factors. 1 in 3. So if you have one of those 4, you are at risk. So what are some of the things we can do? Well, diet is very, very important. And you know, in Wize, we talk a lot about diet and exercise and healthy living. That's a part of our mission. So I just want to go over a few foods that we know are heart healthy. The first, our friendly apple. Now, you guys have heard that this little fruit keeps me away, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. And it just so happens that the apple is full of powerful antioxidants, pectin, which lowers LDL cholesterol. There was a very large study called the Aya Women's Heart Study. It studied 23,000 women over about 20 years. And what it showed is that women who ate an apple a day cut their risk of heart disease by almost 25%, regardless of what their risk factors are. So think about that. Just eating an apple a day significantly reduces your risk of heart disease. Another healthy food is salmon. Salmon is full of what's called omega-3 fatty acids, which are very good for keeping the blood system thinned out so you don't have as much clotting in your blood system. Just doing 2 servings per week decreases your risk of coronary artery disease and heart disease. Now let's say you say, hey, I don't really like salmon. There are other fish out there that are healthy. Tuna is very healthy. Even if it's canned, it is healthy. The other one that's very healthy is rainbow trout. Has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids in it. 2 more foods here. The third one is walnuts. Walnuts are very, very high in those healthy oils that I told you about. As a matter of fact, just doing a handful of walnuts regularly can decrease the bad cholesterol and increase your healthy cholesterol, the HDL cholesterol. And the last food I want to highlight are berries, especially raspberries, strawberries, that type of berry. They are one of the best foods to eat on a regular basis. Blueberries are another one that's very, very healthy to do. All of those berries help to lower inflammation in your body. And inflammation, which is irritation in your system, irritation in the blood vessels that go to your heart, increase the risk of heart disease. So again, you want to do plenty of berries, walnuts, plenty of healthy fish, salmon, and again, don't forget my friend here, the apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So hopefully this was helpful information for you. Again, make sure you check out everything on sizewize.org. We're here to help you with all of your weight loss and healthcare needs. We have a great team, and we'll see you next time.